right, people. We're in downtown Fort Smith, old historic Fort Smith, Arkansas. We left the National Forest this morning and drove a couple hours to get here. I've been kind of sick last night. I needed some medicine. So we went to Walmart, got medicine, and we're gonna do a puzzling adventure, which is like an urban where you hunt for clues. It's online. We do them everywhere we go, any city that has them, like an urban scavenger hunt. And you go from one point and then you find an answer to a question. It gives you the next clue and you go to the next part. And it'll take you to some really historic parts of towns. Whoops, we lost our curtain. So once we get started with that, I'm gonna add that into this video so you can see how it works. But it's a lot of fun and we enjoy doing them everywhere we go. Wait, okay. So this is our first clue. This is where we're gonna start. Go ahead.
So once you found parking, make your way to the small gazebo at the very end of the parking lot.
Okay, so we gotta find the gazebo at the end of the parking lot that it directed us to. So the first clue was find a gazebo. We were thinking this is it over here. We did not park in the Park Service parking lot, so we're having to wing it here. It's a view of how it looks around here. It's a really historic building there.
That would be at the parking lot.
All right, we've had to change plans because we didn't know exactly where the parking lot was. We were on the wrong end. We see it down there. See if I can zoom it up. Nope.
Parking lot the ranger told us to go to.
Yes. All right. We're adapting. Okay, so we're at this gazebo, and the clue is what?
Look for the Welcome to Fort Smith plaque.
Welcome to Fort Smith plaque. Okay. It's always a challenge finding them.
Federal government used Fort Smith over 80 years ago.
There's a plaque over here. No, I don't think that's it. Okay, so we think we found it. We're going to type in this answer. This plaque says Oklahoma Territory. Okay, we always have trouble getting started with this thing. So there's plaques all over the place around here, but we have not been able to find one that has the answer to the question. Okay, so we got it. It was on that sign. We were just putting it wrong. I had told Laurie to put Oklahoma and Arkansas because they were mentioned, but actually it's to maintain law and order in Indian territory, because this was all Indian territory. So now that we got that correct, it will direct us from that sign where to go next and what the question is for that. All right, so what is the next clue, or what does it tell us to do next?
Okay, the city began as a Western frontier military post in 1817 and would later become well known for its role in the settling of the Wild West and its law enforcement heritage. Begin walking into the fort in the direction of the flagstaff, and where the path makes a T, stay left.
Okay, so walk toward the flagstaff, and when the path makes a T, stay left. That's what we'll do now. Here we are, we're going up the trail toward the flagstaff, and we're gonna hang a left at the forky. Here we go. And another clue is look for the flagstaff plaque, which is more than likely that one. One of those. Oh, there's like 3 there. And the first one says officers' quarters. That would not be the correct one. Moving right along. Okay, this one says flagstaff. Now we'll read the clue.
The Army built this flagpole the same way a ship mast is built to attain a height of nearly how many feet?
100. It's right there on the plaque. To attain a height of nearly 100 feet, the Army joined two poles in the same way ship masts were built.
Correct.
All right, so I'd ask us a question about what did conquistadors put a ball in and shoot. Then we answered cannon, which is right here in the courtyard. So now it says to go over to the cannon and look at the plaque there, and I'm sure it'll ask a question about that.
Is the preferred...
Wait, go.
Okay. What was the preferred cannon for both the North and South during the Civil War?
The Napoleon. The preferred cannon for both the North and the South. Cool, we got that one easy.
Yes.
Follow where the cannon is pointing toward the gazebo. What?
Like structure.
Okay, that's
the
it.
Guardhouse.
That's the guardhouse. Headed there. Okay, so the clue is soldiers were mostly arrested for drunkenness and desertion. And what else? Yeah, I'm at the wrong plaque.
Yes.
Lori found the answer. What is it?
Under arrest, drunkenness, desertion, or fighting.
Yeah, there's a lot of bird shit on these signs. We have to talk to the Park Service. Okay, so exit the fort directly through the two pillars directly ahead. That was a couple of directlies. All right. So long story short, we're to go out this direction. Okay, so once we go out of that into the parking lot, take a right, and we're going to a statue of a man on a horse. Here.
Of the thousands of felons Bass Reeves arrested, 2 were very close to him. These were his minister and who else?
His son and a minister. It's right here. Okay, it says head over to the pavilion and look for the Ross Pendergraft plaque. We're thinking this is it here. We're in Ross Pendergraft Park, so I would assume that would be it. The question is, what media group did he join in 1948? He joined the Donrey Media, D-O-N-R-E-Y Media Group, right there on the plaque. Okay, so it says to go to the corner of Garrison and 3rd, which is where we're at. And what's the question?
What kind of raggedy varmint do you see painted on the building near you?
And it is.
Awesome.
Okay, so now I'm going to have to quit my job working with animals because we just realized that's not a possum, that is a raccoon. So we stand corrected. Raccoon is the right answer. Okay, so now we have to cross the road over to where the varmint is to find our next clue. Okay, so here's the next clue. What is the next clue, Lori?
What has a face but no eyes?
What has a face but no eyes?
And 2 arms but no hands.
2 arms, no hands. We have to figure out what that is.
Yep.
We're walking down the street and we saw the clock.
Because it has no...
Yep. We thought it was clock, but we weren't sure because it was worded a little different than the way we had heard the riddle before. Now it says proceed across 4th Street to the Museum of U.S. Marshals in this area. I think we found the spot we're looking for. Question was,
how old was Isaac Charles Parker when he became the federal judge for the Western District of Arkansas?
see that on there, but we'll find it.
Hey, math.
It was on there. We just had to look at his birth year and then the year he started. We became a federal judge. We got that. Okay, we're on in between 4th and 5th. We got to find out what this block used to be called. 5th and 6th. Okay. Figure out what this block used to be called. Yeah, we see a plaque up here. It's probably going to tell us. Yep, it was on that plaque. Pretty obvious what it is. Phoenix block. Okay, so we got the game paused. It's a really old, big building there. We're going back down. We saw a Mexican restaurant, so we gotta go get food. We'll see y'all back when we get started back here. We'll come back to this spot and start again. So how could you not go to a Mexican food place that looks like this? It's in an old gas station. I had tacos. Maury had some enchiladas. Anyway, that was good. That was a good little place. Now back to what we were doing. Okay, so now we're between what, 6th and 7th, and we're looking for the B.B. Hendricks building. This is not it, but it's a pretty cool little bank building. All right, going on down. Been found.
Is to reach down and pick someone up.
Best way to exercise your heart. The answer's heart. Okay, so we went down the couple of blocks, and the clue is how many hands do we see on this mural on the side of this building. So sometimes these things are tricky. We have to get closer to it. All right, so the answer was 3. There's one there, there, and there. Okay, we've gone a few blocks. He wants to know how many miners or immigrants left 49ers, whatever that means.
How many 49ers set out from Fort Smith
5,000
on train in April 1849?
It's 5,000.
Yes, I know.
That was easy, I just couldn't say it right. All right, what's next?
Pioneers that went west during the Gold Rush.
So the question is, who is the tallest monument dedicated to or named after Confederate dead? So the puzzle brought us here to the Fort Smith National Cemetery. Cool. It's amazing. Okay, so this isn't part of the thing, but it says Trail of Tears. This marks the last encampment of the Cherokee Indians on the Trail of Tears from their ancestral homes in the south to the land allotted them in the Indian Territory. Erected as a public service by the Noon Civics Club, 1936. Thought that was interesting.
The first Butterfield Overland Mail coach to arrive here was going from St. Louis to where?
San Francisco. We have 6 more questions. We've made it through town, and now we made a big circle way over there, all the way through. Now we're back to the fort. Okay, so here's our clue. What is a clue?
Who was the Union general that led U.S. troops on September 1st, 1863 and seized the fort?
Thomas Hindman. Okay, we had that one wrong. We looked at the wrong side of the thing and didn't actually read anything. So it's General James Blunt. One of the last questions. Okay, so it wanted to know what this main building was, and it said barracks, courthouse, and blank. Oh, I'm not pointing my camera. Anyway, the answer is jail.
We're ranked 2.
Okay, we ranked 2nd out of everybody that's done it, speed-wise and accuracy. So we finished it. They had 3 questions at the end. A couple of them are usually based on something you read that they want to see if you remember. Maybe from one of the real early clues, one of the little side notes on the plaques or whatever. But we got those. So that's our puzzling adventures here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And that's how it works. And you see, we paused the game and we got lunch in between and made a day out of it. So we're signing off now. We're going to go to a campground tonight, take our bus to some Corps of Engineers land and get set up there for a couple of nights. And there we are, a place called Spring Hill Park, Barling, Arkansas, just outside of Fort Smith. We got this campsite for $18 a night. It's right on the water. So we're gonna stay here, enjoy a day tomorrow of just hanging out here, and then we'll see what happens after that. There's Bandit. Bandit, you having fun? Yeah. Are you a good bus doggy? You like bus riding?
Nope. No bark at the neighbors.
That pretty much concludes day 4 for Chupacabra Bus. We'll see you next time.